All right, this is me, Mr. Nason, Doug, whatever you want to call me. I'm going to show you how to make the third graph when we're comparing the growth of Paramecium caudatum, which looks like the foot, and Paramecium aurelia, which is more roundish. All right, so here I'm at Create a Graph. I'll send you the link. We're first going to click on Line Graph. Click on Line. All this is fine. You don't need to worry about making it 3D or anything like that. So now we're going to click on Data. All right, I think I remember from last time. We'll label this. So I'm going to call this competition between P caudatum and P aurelia. This is going to be time in days is the x-axis, and this is going to be the population. Okay, so we've labeled the whole graph. The x-axis, which is the bottom, is time in days. The y-axis going up and down is population. We want items. We want 9. I think that's correct. We'll find out quickly. And here's the key. 2 groups, because we have 2 different types of paramecia. So group 1 is P caudatum, I think I spelled that right, and P aurelia. All right. All right, so P caudatum and P aurelia. Line, that's fine. We're not going to have any shapes. And the P caudatum is going to make a green line, and this one's going to make a purple line. So I'm just going to fill in all of these first. Okay. All right, so let's go to the data table. Where are you, data table? All right, and let's do the caudatum first. So we have 1, 5, 12. So 1, 5, 12. So on day 0, we had 1. Day 2, we had 5. Day 4, we had 12. Okay, let's keep on going. 11, 7, 3. All right. And then, oops, let me put that away. You don't need to be reading my email. And then we have 1, 0, 0. 1, and 0, and then 0. Okay. So that is for P caudatum. Let's look at P aurelia. I know they both started at 1 from my memory. And then we have 3, 18. Oops, 3 and 18. Then 36, 39. Then 43, 45. And then 50, 53. Okay, so we put in all of our values. Copy them just from the data table. All right, now I think we've done the labels. Let's do a preview and let's see what it looks like. Oh, that looks pretty good. Okay, so this you want to turn in, and there's a couple ways you can do it. One of them would just take a screenshot of this. You can see that. I think the graph, before I show you how to share, I just love this graph. So this one's going up pretty quickly. Right around in here, you can see how it levels off. It's reaching its carrying capacity. in the flask, which is around 50 or so, and here it quickly dies off. So you can take a screenshot of that, or you just go to print and save. And then you can email this to yourself. So I'm just going to put that to me. And then I'm going to send it to me. So you want this graph as HTML? Sure. Send it to me. And since this is a government site, don't worry that you're going to get all sorts of ads for stuff you don't want. And then there we go. There's our graph. It's a little bit bigger than you have. And of course, you should be able to save that image. Oops. Let's go back to here. To edit your graph, it was a preview of your graph. So let's see if we copy the image and then we went to our homework. All right, let's just see what happens if I paste it in. Oh, there it is. Look how easy that was. Okay. So that's how you do the two-plot graph. And you can do that for the other one. Just go ahead and enter the data. When you do the graph, remember for your second one, start a new graph. We're going to start over. Still want a line graph. All that's fine. Graph title would be P. What's the name of that stupid thing? I cannot remember this. Aurelia. Population growth. This is time in days, and this is population. Again, I think we want a 9, and this one will only be one group. We have only one type of you'll see when you do more than one graph, it populates all that stuff for you. And then here you would put in the values you had before. So we have 4, 26, 48, 4, 26, 48, and etc. And then it'll make the graph for you. Same thing, either screenshot or print that. All right, that's how you make the graph. And there you go.